Hello everybody, Steven here. Just going to do a little overview of the ULA Fastpack. So I just got it in today, ordered it a couple days ago. ULA, as always, sent it out very fast. I did do the 2-day shipping, but they do standard shipping for free. So with this, I've been using ULA Ohm 2.0 for a couple years. Got it in the beginning of 2015. It's a great pack. Love it. Perfect size, not too heavy. It's not one of those ultralight Dyneema packs, so, not that light, but it's also more durable. The Robic is a great material, and a lot of people use it. Tons of reviews out there on it. With this particular pack, it's about the same weight, a little bit smaller in terms of how much it can hold, but it's got some really neat features. First and foremost, you probably see it right here. So this a different style, as you can see. No waist belt going on. So as you can see too here, smaller pack. So no waist belt. I recently did a little trip on the Superior hiking trail, hiked a far ways. The one thing that I've seen with my ULA for quite a while is that waist belt restricts my breathing. So you either have the waist belt loose enough that the pack's not really doing its job and that it's not being supported on your hips, or if you're wearing it correctly on the top of your hips and you're tightening it down enough to do its job, it does restrict your breathing. At least in my case, it does. I got a little chubby tummy, so maybe that's why, but to me, I hate that feeling. And I get some abrasion stuff depending on what shirt I'm wearing also from that. So while I love the pack and while it for the most part is very comfortable, there's kind of this new wave of going beltless. So there's a bunch of different pack companies that are doing that are kind of going more that minimal route. And I've been interested in that for a while. But usually getting in there on a good one is going to cost you around $200. With this particular one, it's $135, and $135 is pretty affordable. So even if this ends up not being my main pack, even if I go back to that Ohm 2.0, still not a bad price. Still is a great size for doing day hikes and stuff like that. But I have a feeling it's going to work out well for me. So with this pack, because you don't have that hip belt, you will get more pressure on your shoulders. So it's pretty important that you have a light load. So this is not going to be like something you want to throw a winter load into. And in terms of capacity, it's probably not big enough for that for most people's loads anyways. So, but what you do get is a real advantage to this pack, even though you are having that weight on your shoulders. A lot of people will know this from wearing like a ribs front pack. When you transfer a lot of the weight forward, it makes it more comfortable. So wearing stuff in the front and in the back is kind of, counterbalancing the weight. So it's not as tilty. Your movement feels a lot better when you're, dispersing that load over the front and the back. So with this pack, that's really a lot of what it's about, is having accessible water bottles in the front and carrying, these are 2 1-liter bottles. So you got about 4 pounds here that's transferring from your back to your front. Now with the Ohm 2.0 and all the other ULA packs that I've seen, they have these, shock cord, thick shock cord, they call them like bungees, I think, but they've got these cords in the front, like up high and then a little bit down low, that are designed to be water bottle holders. But for me, they flop around, they come loose all the time, and maybe it's the size of my bottles, maybe it's the shape of my bottles, but they've never worked for me, and I've tried them with multiple bottles, and they just irritate me. They come loose, they don't work for me. So these pockets in the front are great, and these bottles here are fairly substantial. They're each a liter. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but these are each a liter, so you can throw 3 bottles in this and be fine. And usually if I hike, it's a liter or 2, especially if I'm somewhere where I can get water. So also you've got these pockets. So for me, a lot of what I hated having to do, and I really thought those bungees on the Ohm 2.0 would really kind of help, but they don't work for me, so I'm having to reach back to get my water bottle. I just hate that. I hate sticking my arm way back here, to grab my water bottle. It's uncomfortable. I don't like doing it. So having these is just such a massive convenience. And I've had some times where I go out hiking with my ribs pack on and a backpack, and I usually will throw water bottles in there, even though they don't really fit exactly how you'd want them to. It's still convenient to open that ribs pack and have your bottle there. So having these is amazing. And then you have big pockets up here. They're big. They're like the size pretty much of the belt pockets on the Ohm 2.0. And the Ohm and the ULA packs are known for their, very, very large, awesome pockets. Now, you can buy stuff like this for your ULA packs that clip on, but they're $20 a pop, I think. So, 135 minus 40, if you were adding these onto a pack, I mean, it's coming in pretty inexpensive. So, and just to kind of show you the size of these, and keep in mind, I didn't even have that much in there. I mean, I've got snacks for a day. Look at how much room there is. This is not even packed full right now. And inside of here, I've got a pretty sizable LG V30, so pretty big cell phone. Got a battery backup. I mean, and I had room in there for quite a bit more. I mean, you could throw a GoPro in there. I think a GoPro would fit with those, in the pockets. So pockets are huge on the front. So this shifts also, electronics or food weight up to the front also. And as you can see, it's got these zigzags back. So that's how it stabilizes it. I mean, this thing is stable. I can swing it around and move it around and do all that, and it's not shifting around on me. So it's almost like a backpack that's locked in at the waist. But if you understand breathing, your chest does move some in breathing, but really your breathing comes from your core. So having that constriction there really restricts your breathing, and having that free your stomach free actually is hugely beneficial for breathing. So as you see, the size of it is smaller than a traditional ULA, and this looks goofy. How goofy does this look? But so functional, and it doesn't come as far down as a traditional ULA. Now, to me, that'd be kind of nice, because there's sometimes where I'm hitting twigs and stuff when I'm having to climb under, fallen trees and stuff, depending on how high they are. There are times where I'm snagging stuff on the bottom, so having that little bit shorter height is kind of nice. And it doesn't come up super high on here either. So I got a chair here. I'm gonna kind of spin it around and show you all the other things. And I gotta grab the pockets over there. Most of you all, I think, know the ULA packs and know the pockets that come inside, but I'll just grab them for the sake of grabbing them. I don't use them, especially with this one. I don't see the need, but I'll still show them to you all. So with the ULA packs, they traditionally have a couple pockets. I'll just move this back up, sorry. Pockets that come in them. So one traditionally rides in the back. This is a bladder sleeve. It's 2 or 3 liter bladder sleeve. It's got these little clips on there, and on the inside it's got pieces of fabric that these clip to. Pretty big. I don't use a bladder, and I don't use this. This reduces weight for the pack to pull it out. And then there's this. I've kept mine in my Ohm. It's like just a little zippered pouch. Pretty nice for keeping like a wallet or stuff like that in. I find that I never use it. My phone, there could be times that this is convenient for that, but I just put my phone in my waist belt. If I'm too sweaty, my pants pockets hold my phone, or if it's raining or something, I usually would put in the Ohm 2.0 in the waist pockets. So this doesn't really serve a lot of function for me. And my wallet I have is waterproof, material on the outside so it doesn't get soaked from sweat or water. So I'll probably pull this out of my own too, but you know, it's a nice convenient pocket if you want something to put your wallet or, you know, small personal valuables in, and good for keys and stuff. So, but like I said, I pulled those out and those save a bit of weight. I'm not going to go over a ton of technical specs on this backpack in terms of weight and all that. I would just, if it interests you when you watch the video, you know, I would just check it out on the ULA site. So I'm just going to show you some of the basic features. So with this, you know, kind of a traditional ULA layout in terms of the pack, just sized down a little bit. So main body, which is going to be from basically here down, is 25 liters. That seems a little small. Seems like it might not hold stuff. But I have pretty much like a, you know, a couple day hammock setup in here, and it fits really easily. The only other factor that I don't have in here really is food. So in terms of the size, it's actually, you know, not terrible, even though it's small. So kind of moving around the pack here, we've got the traditional ULA mesh pocket on the outside. A little bit smaller than your bigger packs, of course. It's got the bungee on the outside. So, you know, the bungee, if you've never used or seen an ULA pack, the Ohm does not have this bungee here, but the other ULA packs traditionally do. I mean, that's something you can stuff a coat into, stuff into to dry. You know, so the bungee also kind of tightens the load inside of the outer, you know, kind of mesh sleeve. And then, so just to kind of show you what all I've got in here. So on the outer mesh sleeve, I've got a Cuban hammock gear tarp. So tarp fits easily out there with tons of room to spare. Moving to the side pockets. The side pockets are a little bit smaller, well, quite a bit smaller than traditional ULA packs. I think they have them listed at like 1 liter each. So we have a load tightening strap here, and we've got one down here. The one that's down here zigzags through the pocket, so it allows you to tighten down and secure the load inside of the pocket. Just to kind of give you an idea here, this is a little vapor soft flask. By the way, these things are amazing. If you don't have one, they're only like $8 online. It's like an ounce. It holds 10 ounces of liquid. It's completely leak proof. Perfect little container to hold stove fuel in if you're doing an alcohol stove, or the perfect little container to hold whiskey in, or whatever you want to put in there. But great little containers. They weigh nothing, ultralight. And the cool thing about these is if you don't have stuff in them, they can completely fold up, disappear. Got water filtration kit in here, a 3-liter water filtration kit. You know, like I said, you can tighten the, the cord down on the side here, so you can tighten that down. You can hook it inside of this, whatever you're carrying, to make sure that you don't lose it, which is nice. Moving to the other side pocket. Once again, I've kind of packed this into a pretty minimal setup. So in this side pocket, I have cook kit, alcohol cook kits, alcohol stove, ultralight, fancy feast stove, ever new titanium pot, like a little bit of a windscreen chimney thing in there that accelerates. So cook kit in the side, and then moving to the pack itself. So and to kind of show you too, you've got these cords right here on the top and the bottom. Little locks. These are designed to hold like trekking poles, ice axes, whatever. They used to do it to where the one on the bottom was just in the middle, and that was inconvenient. So having them on the sides like this is really great. Then moving to the top, so ULA does this pretty much over all their backpacks. Really great. You can extend it out pretty far. You know, so you can carry quite a bit extra on top of these packs if you want to. If I'm carrying a, you know, like one of those Ultralight, you know, foam foot pads or sit pads or whatever, you know, I traditionally carry it on the top. So then lashing there on the top, strap, buckle, whatever. So as you can see here, pretty generous extension collar on the top, and it actually flares out a little bit, seems, you know, to the sides, but so a 25-liter body from that line down, and then additional 15 liters on the top, so 40 liters total in here that you can pack total. So to kind of show you what I've got going on in here, got a 35-liter stuff sack that I had inside of there, and I've got a complete hammock setup other than that rain fly in here and other stuff. So got a personal hygiene, medical, yada yada kit in here. Got a bear bag with a whole bunch of food in it in there. Bear sack. Got a 11-foot netted hammock in here. Got a hammock here, top quilt. Got a hammock here, bottom quilt. And I didn't even really pack those into there too tight, so they were packed fairly loosely. So that's just a basic overview. I don't think I missed anything there of the ULA Fastpack. So I will take it out. It's snowing. It's like the first snow of the season, and it's cold out. So, and I got the kiddo the whole weekend, so I'm not going to have a lot of time. Maybe I'll take him out on a hike, but we'll see how cold it is. He's got kind of sniffles. So, you know, it's my first kind of video of this, but I will take it out on a hike when I get a chance and put some miles on it with a full load and kind of report back. Now, some of my initial thoughts are going to be breathing is going to be better, cardio is going to be better, shoulders are going to take a little bit more abuse by wearing this. You know, so we'll see how that counterbalances. The whole idea though is lighter, smaller, faster, better cardio, better breathing. And all those things are what I'm looking for in that logic of having a lot of storage and a lot of function up here, having your water right here, not having to reach back, you know, just having everything accessible, logical, and fast. So I think in terms of that design, it completely makes sense. And I look forward to using it and doing another actual review on it once I've used it. If you have any questions or any ideas or comments or whatever, if you think it's awesome, if you think it's goofy, whatever, just let me know. So, yep, ULA Fastpack, ULA.com, 135, 2 different sizes, like small, medium for people under 185, and then us Americans over 185, you have like your large size or whatever. So, which is what I got. So, yeah, thanks. Bye.